In this video, I'm going to show you how you can install ChromeOS Flex on a 2009 MacBook Pro. And also, is it worth doing? So I'm using a mid-2009 MacBook Pro 13-inch for the ChromeOS Flex installation. It has a 2.53 GHz Intel Core 2 Duo. It came with 4 GB of RAM, but I upped it to 8 GB of RAM. And it originally came with a 250 GB hard drive, but I upped it up to a 500 GB SSD. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to have to create a ChromeOS installer, and we're going to do that by visiting the ChromeOS Flex website. Just click on the looking to install on a personal device, and there's a start here link, so click on that. Then click on the create the USB installer button and scroll down to the part where you see a link to go to the Chrome Web Store. Click on that link. It will open up the web store, and then there's this Chromebook recovery utility, so you just add that to Chrome. Click on the extension and then click on the Chromebook recovery utility, and this new window will appear. Now you will need a USB flash drive or an SD card that has at least 8 GB of storage. Now you will need to reformat your flash drive, so plug in your flash drive and go to this utility, and you can find this utility by doing a spotlight search and typing in this utility. Plug in your flash drive and select your flash drive and click on erase. Make sure to set it as a GUID partition map, and the format should be ms.fat, and you can rename your flash drive to anything you like. Once you're ready, go ahead and click on erase and wait for the process to be completed. Now go back to the Chromebook recovery utility and click on get started. Now select the model of the Chromebook that you're using. In our case, we're just actually going to select ChromeOS Flex. Click on continue, and now make sure your flash drive is in, and it should be able to detect it. So select the flash drive, then click on continue again, and now it's going to start creating a recovery image. Click OK if you get prompted for this message, and you might also need to enter in your password that you use for your computer. And now we're going to wait for the utility to finish creating your USB installer, and click on done when the process is finished. Now plug in the flash drive to the MacBook Pro and turn it on, and while this is happening, make sure you press on the option button, and you're going to see which drive to choose. Go ahead and choose the USB flash drive and wait till it boots into the ChromeOS Flex installer. Once you have booted into the ChromeOS Flex installer, you're going to get asked if you want to use the built-in screen reader, so go ahead and make your selection. And at this point, you could either install ChromeOS Flex to the drive, or you could run it off a USB flash drive to kind of test it out. And after that, click on install ChromeOS Flex. And now we're just going to wait till the installation process is finished. Once it's completed, it will reboot the computer, and at this time, just remove the flash drive and let it reboot. Once it has rebooted, you're going to see the ChromeOS Flex logo, and then you're going to start the setup process. You're going to connect to your Wi-Fi network and also quickly glance through the terms of service, and if you're ready, go ahead and accept and continue. And you pick the type of account that you want to make, and we'll go to the next screen. Now this is where I encounter a weird glitch, and I'll talk more about these problems that I encounter later on in this video. But we're going to wait until we finish the installation process. And this part, you're going to select whether or not you want to sync your Chrome devices. Next step is to whether or not you will allow data collection. I usually just uncheck that box and just hit accept continue. You also have the option to connect your Android phone as well. And then you select the display theme for your ChromeOS Flex setup. And once that's done, you're going to be on the desktop. What are your thoughts on ChromeOS Flex? Have you tried it before? Are you currently using it? Leave your comments below and tell us your experience. So here are some of the things I noticed when using this MacBook Pro with ChromeOS Flex. So I noticed there's this weird glitch right here. Some of the fonts are just displayed incorrectly, so it's very hard to read what I'm looking for. And also there's no Google Play Store to get apps. You can only use the Chrome Web Store. The built-in iSight camera on this MacBook Pro does work with ChromeOS Flex. And I was able to watch some YouTube videos using the YouTube app, I guess they call it, on the ChromeOS Flex, and I didn't really have that many issues. It does kind of slow down my computer as I continue watching more videos. I also wanted to test out the built-in microphone to see if it works with ChromeOS Flex. So I went to this website and tested out the mic, and I was able to pick up some of the sound. So the built-in microphone does work with ChromeOS Flex. So during my testing, I was using an HDMI capture card to capture all this footage, and I decided to plug in a network cable to see if the Ethernet port works. And once I plugged it in, the computer crashed, so I had to restart the whole thing. Most of the controls on the keyboard did work, like the brightness level, those keys work. I was able to use the volume control as well. Unfortunately, the backlit keyboard keys don't work at all. And also using the trackpad with ChromeOS Flex is very weird. It's not as fluid as you think it would be, so I highly recommend that you just get a USB mouse. Bluetooth does work, but it's a little buggy. It took me a while just to connect one Bluetooth device to this computer. I was able to use a second display, but it didn't automatically detect it. I had to reboot the computer for the second display to work. And this little graphics glitch that I talked about earlier does appear at intermittent times. So I don't think it's worth installing ChromeOS Flex on a 2009 MacBook Pro. There are just so many problems. It's best to use one of the certified models that has been tested with ChromeOS Flex, and Google has a list of computers that work well with ChromeOS Flex. If you want to install macOS Monterey on an unsupported Mac, check out my video at the end of this video, and I'll see you next time.